Alive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Corner Chat with Papa Logic. We've been having series of network issues, but I hope this is the best of them all. It's always an interview session we discuss with industry experts on varying issues ranging from business to career to relationship, where we get to learn from their life challenges and how they've been able to overcome to get to the level where they are today. I have no doubt in my mind you are going to be educated, you are going to be inspired, and you are definitely going to be motivated on the show this very evening. This is Frankly Speaking on Corner Chat with Baba Lodge. I already have my sister guests seated, ready to do justice to who do I marry? Looking at the perspective from the sisters, who do I marry? And I have amazing guests which I want you to meet on very evening. Join me with all excitement as I welcome my guests on the show. I'll give them the privilege to introduce themselves, so you will hear from me. They will introduce themselves one after the other. If they didn't do it very well, me, I will help them to do it. All right, join me as I welcome my guests on the show this very evening. They're welcome on the show, please. I'm glad to have you all on the show. I'm sorry for the network issues. I would just hope this is the best one for the program this very evening. I would like us to introduce ourselves one after the other. So I would like to start from my guest on my very right.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome.
I am Theodora Suraju, Mrs.
Okay. Mrs. Theodora Suraju, but she didn't put the barrister part, so let me help her. Barrister Mrs. Theodora Suraju. We're glad to have you on the show this evening, man. All right, let's go to my next guest.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Victory Adeyemi.
Wow. Miss Victory Adeyemi. All right, let's go to my next guest on my far right.
Hello everyone, I
Yes.
am Miss Mosumoluwa Adeleke.
Oh yes, Miss Mosumoluwa Adeleke. And these guests will be doing justice to our topic for this very evening. Who do I marry? Who do I marry? I have an amazing guest on the show this very evening. All right, we'll go straight to the point. Now, before we start talking about who do I marry, we should know why we are getting married. A lady should know why she is getting married. Okay, like I told them the other time, I said we already have that of the brothers a few weeks back, and this is the sisters show on Corner Chat with Baba Lodge. We should know why we are getting married before you start talking about who am I getting married to, or who do I say yes to if he comes. All right, so we'll go straight to the point. Why do we marry? Why do we marry? Miss Musu, I like the way you're smiling. Okay, can you just tell us why? Why? Let's hear from you. We'll hear from the other guests also. Why do, or how do I put that in English? Why would a lady want to marry?
I think the first reason for getting married is companionship.
Companionship.
Not even children, not because you want to be free to have sex. I think the first reason is companionship, and I think that it's not compulsory to get married, but if you want to get married, I think your basic reason, your first reason should be companionship. Oh, you need someone to talk to, somebody to gist with, somebody to pray with you, somebody to, discuss stuff with. So I don't think it's too far-fetched, just companionship.
Companionship. All right, let's hear from Miss Victory.
Yeah, just to add to what she said, another reason why you want to marry, if you want to have children,
Okay.
a marriage is the best place to, have your children in a stable environment and groom them and all that. So that's also, if you want to have a family in the future, marriage is the best place for it to happen.
Okay, I'll make a few comments about what we just said. Because if you said if,
Yes, it's if.
she also said if.
Yeah.
All right, but that notwithstanding, let's hear from our barrister Mrs. Suraju. Well, why would a lady want to get married?
Okay, I want to align myself with the first speaker.
Okay.
The basic reason should be companionship.
Companionship.
Because even the Bible says a man is not good for a man to stay alone.
Alone.
Of course, God instituted in marriage, and for you to have somebody to stay with, to live with, you have to get married. That's companionship.
Yeah.
Then children will also come in. It's only by marriage that one can legitimately have children.
Legitimately. I think I heard that word.
So
Legitimately.
if you feel I want to have children, but I don't want to get married, it's not legitimate. So marriage will bring children to you in the proper way.
Yeah.
Oh, so marriage does it in a proper way. And there's something before I go to my next question. I don't know if you agree with what they said. They said if you want to get married, if you should get married, and she said it's not compulsory for you to get married. What are your thoughts concerning that before I go straight to my next question?
Of course, I want to agree with that. It's not compulsory for everybody to get married.
Okay.
Even in the Bible, Paul didn't get married.
Yeah.
You have Enoch. Daniel didn't get married.
Yeah.
So if there's a calling or there's a fault in you and you know you cannot get married, why punish the other person? So it is not compulsory for everybody to get married.
Oh.
But it is good for everybody to
Get
get married.
married. It is good, but it is not compulsory.
And there are people
Okay.
that are Enochs by choice.
By choice.
Yes. In the Bible, there are people that are Enoch by birth, maybe
Okay.
in nature, naturally, and there are people that are Enochs by choice. So you can say, like Paul now, the Bible does not record that there was anything wrong with Paul, but
Not at all.
you understand? He just chose to stay unmarried and focus on the ministry. So if you want to choose to stay unmarried, focus on the ministry, do that. If there's something wrong, I don't know, maybe physically or whatever, then do that. There's choice in it.
Okay, but I'm thinking, she said marriage is the only legitimate environment
Yes.
to have children.
Yes.
I'm thinking far that what if there's somebody that is watching us now
Yes.
and they have questions like, what if I want to do IVF or do surrogacy? I just want to have a child.
Yeah.
So if I just do IVF or surrogacy, is that wrong? Does that, I don't know.
All right, let me get over to us. If you have questions based on the discourse this very evening, kindly do what to drop your questions in the comment section, and we'll have them addressed on the show this very evening. Now you're saying, now if we say marriage is the only legitimate way to have children, what about going through IVF
Surrogacy.
or surrogacy? Okay.
Okay, you can process IVF and surrogacy still in marriage, but if you choose to be a single person and have your child, like you're not taking away the choice.
Okay.
The reason why I keep on saying if is because you have a choice.
Yeah.
You can
Yes.
choose to say, I don't want to be with somebody. I want to, just have my child and all that. But even research shows that a two-parent household balances the child more. So it's better for a child to grow up in a two-parent household than you just doing it by yourself.
By yourself.
And I
Yeah,
think this
better.
brings us to where we are still going to. I think
Okay.
this is one of the cogent reasons why you should marry the right person, because
Okay.
there are some two-parent households that are toxic.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we need to emphasize marry the right person, so that you know that truly you are raising your children
Yeah.
in a stable
And
environment.
basically that's what we're talking about. So you must know who you want to marry
Marry.
Married.
and how to marry the right person. And that's what we are talking about, and that's
Yeah.
what we're trying to educate our online guests about. By this time, Mr. Raju, do you have anything to say or yes, from what has just been said?
Who to marry? First
No,
of all,
we're not going to who to marry. We're talking about
The
why
IVF.
the IVF.
of course, like you said, IVF can be done in marriage. There are couples that may be having problems giving birth to children. IVF is allowed. It's lawful. They can go into birth
All right.
and have their children.
Okay, all right. We'll go straight to my next question. My question is this: in the days of our fathers, we have our grandfathers. They tell maybe our fathers now,
Yes.
or they tell them, I know this lady. She's from a wonderful home. I think you should get married to her. This young man coming for you, I don't think he's not from a good home. They don't have a good family background. Don't marry him. Now, when you watch their marriage in those days, we get to see, I don't want to call it tranquility, but there is a very low rate of divorce in those marriages. Come to our days. Now, we see so many, the divorce rate is very high. much compared to what our fathers and our forefathers used to have. Now, my question is, whose decision is it on whom to get married to and why? Based on my analysis, whose decision it is? Is it us to make? Is it our parents to make for us? And why? If your answer is either way, why?
Why? All right.
Okay,
I
okay.
think let's
I think,
start with me again.
Miss Musumala wants to take the lead.
We can't just um, fix the decision of who to marry on parents, because what about orphans?
Okay.
What about people that don't have parents, they don't have guardians?
Mhm.
I think that the reason why one of the reasons why we may have a high divorce rate, it may not necessarily because parents did all these FBI jobs. Let's find out what family is coming from, what family she's coming from. Are they good people? I think one of the reasons why we have a problem, a lot of divorce situations, is because people are not people don't want to be patient enough in marriage. At the slightest inconvenience, because divorce is now popular, they are throwing divorce. I'm tired. He match on my leg, divorce. He do this one, divorce. She did not cook soup, divorce, and everything. So I think it's because we've now turned divorce to be a normal way of life. We should not be. That's why.
Okay,
now going back to who to marry.
No. Whose decision?
Whose decision it is to marry? Thank you for the reminder. I think it is the person that wants to get married that has the decision.
Why do you say so?
Me. I have the decision
To me.
because you are the one that will enter the marriage. If shege meets you there, you are the one that will see shege. If good thing meets you there, you are the one that will see the good thing. You are the one to experience it. You are the one to be in it. You are the one to go through it. I just think the decision rests solely on you. I won't encourage that you sit back and allow somebody to make the decision. Yeah, people may suggest, oh, I have one cousin somewhere, something, and don't you see this person? Is a nice person and everything? But the bulk of the decision still rests on the person that wants to go into the marriage.
All right, let's hear from
I
Miss
agree.
Victory.
I agree. I was just saying I agree. I agree completely. It is your decision.
Okay.
Solely the decision is for you. The fact that our parents and our grandparents stayed married for long does not mean that they enjoyed their marriage. Let's just put it out there.
Okay.
Some of them, they did not have the option of divorce. Like you said, it's because divorce is such an easy option. It's an easy way out. That's why a lot of people are opting for divorce these days. But that does not mean that those that stayed married for 60 years and 40 years enjoyed their marriage. Now we are hoping that we enjoy our marriages, right? But it's your sole decision. You can get advice. I believe that you should seek counsel from your parents, because the person is from this family. There's this and this. All those things are actually important. Sometimes your parents might even talk about tribe, and you're like, no, don't. Sometimes those things that they say are actually important. So you seek counsel from your parents, seek counsel from pastors, from mentors, and all that. But at the end of the day, you sit down with yourself and you think, can I marry this man? If you can't, you enter. If you can't, you leave. So it's
after
on you.
all the advice, you still sit down
is said
and ask
and
yourself.
done, you ask yourself, can I do this? If you can, please marry. If you can't, get out.
I think that is very, very interesting. All right, Barrister Mrs. Suraju. Whose decision it is and why?
They have spoken very well.
Okay.
It is the decision of the person who is going to be married.
Okay.
The final decision. Like she said, you get counsel, of course, and I've given you one or two tips, which you should not neglect. But last, the decision should be yours.
On who to get married
To
to.
marry. Yes, because you are the one to live in that home. Your parents cannot
So
come.
basically it's on your neck.
It's you. You're the one carrying the load.
So it is you
Decision
that
to
should
be
make
made.
the decision. The lady should make the decision on whom she wants to, not being necessitated by one person's idea or something.
Yes.
Okay, that premise being set. Now let me adjust my hat. Okay, now, how does a lady know she's prepared for marriage? I'll say that. The reason is because, like I told the brothers, you that you want to marry, are you prepared for the marriage? Now, how does a lady knows she's prepared, or what does she need to know, or what and what does she need to have or what, I don't know, maybe mentality or something for her to know that it is time for me to say yes to someone else's proposal? That's the question.
Nice.
That what, how does she prepare? What and what does she need to know, or does she need to have for her to know I am ready for marriage? I'm ready to become, to go through that, to becoming one. Barrister Mrs. Suraj, can you really help? Yeah.
First of all, the lady should be physically ready.
Physically ready,
She should be mature.
matured.
Yes.
Okay.
To get married, you have to be physically ready.
Mm.
Then secondly, you have to be emotionally ready. You'll be able to handle situations,
Okay.
handle challenges, not and be independent. Though you are with your parents, you'll
Yes.
be able to take decisions for yourself, make choices for yourself. Not mommy, what are we cooking today? Boil rice. How many cups? Every time they'll be telling you what to do. You should be able to take decision on your own. Be ready for marriage. Then psychologically too, you should be ready for marriage. Then, not talk of financially too. You should be ready for marriage. Don't be a liability. You should have gotten a handwork, maybe a job or something, a certificate to work with, to be able to sustain the home you are going to.
You are going into. Wow. She said you have to be emotionally ready, physically ready. You have to be matured, and psychologically ready. Financially, you have to, so that you don't become a liability. All right. Let's come to Miss Victory. How does a lady know she's prepared for marriage? In addition to what Barrister Mrs. Suraju has to, what does she have to know or prepare for her to know that she's ready for marriage?
Actually, Barrister has said it all. She gave a very balanced,
Analysis.
Yeah, analysis about it. Just be prepared to, stay, because sometimes we ladies we like our space. Like there's this saying that said, two ladies cannot live together because if you touch our pot, if you do this, you do that. So I think when you get to the point whereby you are willing to share your space, you are willing to share your life with a person, because let's say you've been living an independent life all this while.
Yes.
When you get married, you have to consider somebody else's opinion before you do things. You can't just up and do things, up and travel. You have
like
to
you used to do when you
like
were single.
Used to do when you were single and independent. Now you have to consider, I want to do this, I want to buy this. It's not like two people working together. So just be ready for partnership, I think. Just to add.
Be ready for partnership.
Yeah,
okay, I think Miss Moluwa has something to tell us because she's been smiling all the while.
I think I'll just advise that
Yes.
the lady should have done at least a degree of schooling,
Okay.
or be in the process of finishing her schooling.
Okay.
I don't know why, but for some reason I just think it's just right to at least have I don't know, to just
a trade, not just
yes,
school.
maybe not
a handwork, a trade.
Yes, a trade.
So coming for your hand in marriage, and you will say, I think this is the right one coming for me. That's what we're going to. But before that, I think we have a married guest, or in the person of Barrister Mrs. Suraju, and we really want to know how did she meet her husband, and how did she know he was the one before she said yes. Barrister Mrs. Suraju, please.
Okay.
Just
Mine
afford us
it's a
that.
very long story. But
Just
I will
summarize for us.
summarize.
Okay.
I think I was still in 300 level then.
300 level.
And I had brothers coming. So I had to take my prayer for marriage serious. And then there were qualities I was looking for the man I want to marry. The first was the person must be a child of God. I must have the fear of God.
Yeah.
That was very basic. Child of God. I must have the fear of God.
Yeah.
That was very basic. And of course, all the brothers, virtually all were from the church. They were the same people, attending same fellowship. I want to believe, okay, they were children of God. But there were other things too I was looking out for. The person must have a good sense of humor. And the person must be very caring.
You should carry your pen. Carry your pen, man. Carry your jotter.
And I saw this Pirikoko brother, like Mosu will say. I saw some people are very serious, Jim in the Lord, but those things were not the things I wanted. But I was like, I don't want a boring home. I want a home that will be exciting. And lo and behold, husband came.
Oh shit.
And when he came, the first thing that put me off, frankly speaking, was his tribe. I didn't want to marry a non-tribe. I'm the only daughter of my father. And I didn't want to go far. So I wanted to stay within
Yes,
where I
yes.
was brought up. But when I saw that those things I was praying for, because I listed them out, I saw them in him. I felt okay. And I went to God too, and God confirmed it several ways that this is the person. But there are so many things about him that I didn't like. But God assured me that this is the person that I wanted to marry. At the time, like I said, it was in 300 level this thing happened. 400, I saw somebody else. I was trying to tell God, God change it. This person has a very promising career, you know. Because the person was you know, these kind of students that come to school and they have cars, things like that. I wanted to start now. But along the line, God was still insisting that was the person.
Wow.
To cut long story short, my parents eventually agreed after 4 years.
Eh?
Because they didn't want a non-tribe in the
In
house.
the house.
So, but because I was convinced, I was eventually able to convince my parents to, although with prayers, because they didn't want to hear that I was marrying another tribe.
Try.
But thank God, the rest is now history.
And you're happy.
I'm happy.
That's important.
That's the most important thing.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
what a
that's
story.
important.
What a story. All right, I want to throw it over to the house. How do you know? Miss Mosuno, I like the way you smile all the time. How do you know this is the right man coming for? What do you see? Or what do you prepare for? And before you say, this is the right person coming for me.
I feel like this is these theory questions in WAEC exams. So, well, I'll just say the first thing is somebody that has sense. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
No.
Somebody that
How do you
somebody
know?
that can
Sense.
make good judgments. You know, you just see something. You know, oh, this is the fair way, not because you just want to be dramatic about it and everything. And somebody that fears God, honestly, somebody that really that there are some people that when you see them, you know that the fear of God is inside them. It's inside the way they talk, the way they think, the way they speak, the way they behave, the way they act. And I think another thing is somebody that is caring, somebody that is compassionate, somebody that is empathetic. There are a lot of things, although there's nobody that is perfect, and it's not as if we're going to sit down and mold the person we want to marry. But there are just some important things that one should not strike out. And there are some characters, there are some behaviors, there are some attitudes that somebody would, show, and you'd be able to say if this person is behaving like this and the person does not want to learn, unlearn or relearn, then there may be a problem. So somebody that is ready to learn, somebody that is ready to take corrections, somebody that is ready to listen to another person's opinion and say, oh, I could have been wrong, okay, we could do it this way. And it's not as if we want the perfect person, but just somebody that just has basic characteristics of good sense.
Before I make a summary of what you just said, and let's hear from Miss Victory.
She said sense. What I thought of was a serious person. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
A responsible person. Like, you can see a young man and you know if he's responsible. In his own space.
I don't know. You guys have that kind of
Don't worry.
lookometer.
It's God given.
You know, somebody's.
You will know. See what? We ladies, we have these things. You just know intuition, right? It's a thing. You will know a responsible man, somebody that handles himself. How will he handle you, quote and unquote, if he has not finished handling himself? You understand? Somebody that is serious, somebody that, of course, loves God. Not just a church goer, because that's the mistake we make. He goes to my church, he goes to this church, this mega church. That does not make him a child of God. That does not make him somebody that fears or loves God. Somebody that has his own personal relationship with God, someone that is serious, someone that is caring. It's very important to be with a kind man. The Bible says, don't marry an angry man, do not marry a nagging woman. To marry a nagging woman, do not marry an angry man. So if it's somebody that is hot-tempered, any small argument, he has flared up. Like, you don't have a voice. You don't want to be in a marriage whereby you have a voice. Your opinion matters, I believe. You want to be details. Someone that's a balancing, a nice person, nice, someone that's nice.
There's no manipulative.
And a teachable man. It's very important to be with someone that is teachable, because as the woman in Africa, submission.
Yes.
Submission. So his voice is the head voice, you are the neck voice, you understand? So you need to be with somebody that at least he listens to what you say. Very important as a single person. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. I pray I don't forget what I want to say.
Yeah.
Right now, Mrs. Suraj, let's come over to you now. How does a lady know this is the right man coming for me from the many men that are coming for marriage? They've said a lot.
There's a thing in us.
Yeah.
When you, like a man, when you find your missing people, you will know. You will know if you are sincere.
Yeah.
So if the lady is the missing
There's a
rib,
kind
you
of love. Exactly.
I know that I'm the one that's
Yes. So there's a magnet. You will know.
Yeah.
Except you just want to deceive yourself.
Yeah.
And if you are a spiritual person too,
Yeah.
God would have made you. There's a kind of love, a strong love. Of course, there are people you love people. The Bible teaches us to love everybody.
Yeah.
Even brothers and sisters, they love themselves, but you can't marry. So, but when you see somebody that your soul is meant for, you will know. So there'll be a magnet, be able to easily. And you will know. That's why people say, love at first sight. Because there's this connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right,
I saw something. I think some weeks ago or so, and the person was like, in this kingdom, like in the Christian kingdom,
Yes.
we don't marry for love. We marry for purpose. I disagree. Love and purpose can coexist. I think that's a wrong notion to pass about, that we don't marry for love or we marry for purpose. Love and purpose can coexist in a healthy manner. So please don't carry that sense. You don't listen to the person.
But basically, I think there's no way you can marry without love.
There are people that marry without love. There are people that say that you don't have to love the person.
You
Before
love
you-
the person
I'm-
inside the
I'm-
marriage.
As
coming
long
there.
as you
Okay.
dreamt a dream.
I'm coming there. I'm coming there. Now we said something. Now, one of the guests said that you should want a brother that has sense, that is responsible, which is amazing and very wonderful. And like I told the brothers, I said, if you're looking for a sister that has good character, you must have good character yourself.
Yeah.
Very important. So if as ladies, the way I spoke with you, what I told you, let me tell us now. If you're looking for a brother that has sense, as a sister, you also should have sense.
Yes.
And if you're looking for a brother that is responsible, you also should be responsible.
Yeah.
You want a brother that is prayerful and that fears God. God should not be afraid of you.
Yeah.
You should be. You should have the fear of God, and it is both ways.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
both ways. That's how you prepare. You must be prepared before you can start talking about getting someone to.
Are you
come
your
and marry.
type? The
Yeah.
person you are looking for.
Thank
Are
you.
God bless you.
Are you the person?
If you see yourself today, will you
If
marry
see
yourself?
Yeah. If you were out of yourself and you looked at yourself,
Will you marry?
Yeah.
would you
Will you
marry
marry
yourself?
And that is it. All right. I want to go to my next question quickly. Now the question is this: in today's civilization, can a lady, can a lady walk up to a man and say, "I want to marry you"? Like,
She's laughing.
that is to say, can a lady see a man, a young man that she likes, and walk up to him and tell him, "You are the one for me"? I
It
want
takes
to
a
marry
very
you.
bold and courageous lady to do that.
In today's civilization.
But it happens.
If
It
you have the
happens.
heart,
Let's take one.
if you have the heart,
after
you
the
can
other.
carry
All right,
ring
all
to
right, let's hear from-
ShopRite.
let's hear-
You can carry ring to ICM. You can carry ring to Chicken and Co.
basically, is can a lady propose
to
a
him
man?
if you have the heart. If God has given you the grace, congratulations.
The-
I don't know if it's right or wrong. I honestly don't know if it's right or wrong. But what I'll say is, whatever works for you, go ahead.
Carrying ring is a bit extreme when you've not laid the foundation
Yeah,
with the
so-
man. But for you to like start up a conversation with somebody that you thought or you think that you can marry, I don't see anything wrong as a lady. I think it's fine. I think you can, because sometimes some brothers, you be talking to this person every day, the person is all up in your space, but the person is not being direct. So are you not going to sit down and wait 3 years, 5 years? No, you ask him, brother,
Where
what's
are we
going on?
going?
Where are we going to?
Where are we going to? That is not
where
proposal.
is the spirit leading us?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
so let us know what we are doing.
Let's define this relationship today. Where are we going? You see me like somebody you can marry, like have the conversation, and if you get rejected, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay.
It's better you get it on time.
Get it on
than
time than
delaying
5 years.
yourself
You will now see Ivy on
then
Facebook.
They will
He will not even tell you. He will not even.
They'll not bring it to you
They
directly.
will not bring it to you directly.
There's
So,
actually a story,
it's
but
fine.
there's a story like that, but it is not on this show. that will not permit us to start
God,
telling
I
us
beg.
stories.
God, I
And
beg.
it was a
fine.
friend. It was a friend's husband that the wife got it from her husband, who is a friend of that guy. And the other supposed to be wife, is a friend of the wife of this one.
Oh.
So he got to the husband. From the husband, he got to the wife. From the wife, he got to the friend.
Oh,
Lord.
And
entanglement.
she
That would have been so messy.
Deliver
And she-
yourself from entanglement.
and she was very
up.
heartbroken.
Save your life.
Okay,
now.
let's not cut out Barrister Mrs. Suraj.
Yeah.
Barrister, what's your view?
It's not wrong.
It is not wrong.
It's not.
If she has the boldness, if she has the courage, go.
Yeah.
And to save yourself, especially if you know the brother is the type that is not outspoken, maybe
Yes, so
phlegmatic, that don't want to take decision on time.
Yeah.
Save yourself the stress and time. Go approach him and know where the relationship is
Is
heading.
going
And if
Yourself
it's
the
a
emotion.
matured brother, he will know how to deal with the situation, even if he say no.
Mm.
He would say no in a
Respectfully
respect,
and
yeah,
polite
yeah,
manner.
polite
I
way,
think
as
I'm
long as
I'm
he's
coming
matured.
I'm coming to that very
but
question.
what if the brother is not maybe the brother is interested in maybe a marriage with you or something, but what if he's not ready at that point?
Then we know where we are going. I know that you're not
I'm
wasting
coming
my
there.
time.
I'm coming there. Now my next question is this: should I marry who is ready, or should I marry who I love,
Hell,
even if the person is not ready?
Why is he not ready? The person you love. Why is he
receive
not ready?
readiness. We order readiness.
Alright. So,
Is it like
so
financial
what-
readiness? Is that what you
of course, maybe
Anyhow, I think
I think
financially.
ready generally.
Being ready. Of course, if you're ready generally and you're not ready financially, you know
Yeah,
you
you're
can-
not still
you
ready,
cannot-
sha.
you can't still do them. You can't do the wedding. Okay, let's have Barrister Mrs. Suraji.
Okay.
What?
It's good we marry the person we love, not just the person that is ready.
What?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
shouldn't rush into it and then regret.
Mm.
True love waits. So you wait for that
True
person.
love waits.
Wait, no matter how long.
Ah.
Wait. If you
Mm.
know the relationship is defined.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if it is financial readiness,
Mm.
if the lady is ready
Yes.
financially and the man is not ready financially, she can lift up the man.
Mm.
She can foot the whole thing and the man should now, that the marriage shall work.
Yeah.
Do it for somebody that has sense so that you don't regret.
So whoever, if love, marry for love, not
Mm.
readiness. Let's not because of speed.
Yeah.
Now sacrifice our love. Our
person will
marriage
not have
in the
accidents.
altar of speed.
To be
We
bad.
shouldn't. So we should marry the person we love and when wait. If it's not too long,
Wait.
What? Okay. Let's get other opinions
Okay.
before I will address. Yeah. Okay. Let's hear it from Miss Musumola.
The-
What would you say?
the
Should I
person-
marry who I love, even if he's not coming into the radar, or should I marry who is ready?
The person who is ready may be the wrong person. Oh,
Okay.
person who is ready may be the wrong person.
So might also be the person you love.
Yeah.
Mm. Yes, that's true.
I was
That's
going
true.
to
That's
say.
another perspective. That's true. I think you should marry the person you love. That is the right person. Now, if you can have conversations with the person, why are we not progressing? When are we getting married? You cannot turn it to Lord of the Rings for 15 years. Yes, all those things, they are cogent. But I think if the person can give useful, tangible reasons of why the person does not want to take the
That's it.
step further.
Yeah.
They say two heads are better than one. The person can discuss with you. You can even find solutions or fix the things, or maybe give the person time. Maybe the person has a time limit for some goals to achieve before marriage, so that it will not carry over into the marriage and everything.
But he has to carry you along.
Yes,
Yeah.
Don't
yes,
just be in the
yes,
dark.
yes. The person,
Yeah.
yes. The person will not just throw you in one place that echoes while it's, and then you are now left confused, devastated, and in commotion. So I think you should marry the person that you love. That is the right person.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have same thing I want to talk about. Let's say
Okay.
from Miss Victory.
I agree. I'm a sucker for love. I love love. So please
Okay.
marry marry who you love. But the thing is, why is the person not ready? That's I want to know why. If it's a financial thing, is he working towards it? What are you doing in the moment? You know, or is it just I'm just folding my hand waiting for the dream job, or folding my hand waiting for somebody to just come? I'll just blow one day. You know, some people just want to blow. You're not working. Faith without is dead. So I would love to see him putting in the work, doing things, getting close to the readiness, you know, and also carrying the other person along. Don't just be like in isolation, in a bubble. Communicate. I want to marry you. It's just that I'm trying to get money. I want to marry you just that I'm trying to convince my parents. I want to marry like they should need that conversation.
Yes.
You
Yes.
understand?
Not
And
keeping one person in the dark.
yeah. And the fact that if somebody that is ready has come for you, that is not you can actually pray over it. You know, the fact that the person is ready, the fact that the person is driving a nice car does not mean the person
No,
is
no,
not
no,
the
not at all.
one for you. Do you
Yes,
understand?
yes.
So you can pray over it, but if God is not leading you, don't lead, don't go, stay and wait. Marriage is very long, it's forever and
Yes.
ever. So you want to be happy. You want to be happily married.
Yes.
And so
So
love,
you
I
should
guess.
marry. You should marry who you
Who you
love.
love, and who loves you. Marry who loves you.
Yes.
Very important.
It's of course it's
Who
both
loves
ways.
you?
So you marry who you love
And
that
who-
loves
that
you.
loves you, yeah.
Yes, marry who you love
Yeah.
that loves,
loves you.
you.
Yeah.
Now I want to say something, right? We said it is better to marry who we love.
Who you love, yeah.
If you ask me, I also agree to that. Okay, what if there is a delay? I'm saying that. Oh, I'm just speaking generally.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, there won't be any delay. We don't pray for any delay for any sister, any lady out there. What if there is a delay and it's affecting your age? And it's a guy that is ready. What do we do at such a time? Wait.
You need to be wait out. Like I said, even if the guy is ready, you still have to pray over the guy. As a Christian, speaking from a
Definitely.
Christian perspective,
Yes.
you still need to ask God about the guy. God, what do you want me to do? You know. But if God is still telling you to wait for this other person that's not ready, quote unquote, I believe that no matter how old, it's just better to wait because a lot of things happen in marriage these days. A lot of people are suffering under the guise of marriage.
Marriage.
And if you don't want to be a statistic, you know, enter marriage with your full chest. Enter marriage on that. Oh, I've married this person. I love this person. This person loves me and all that. Pray about it. Don't. I know you can marry the person that's ready. Like no judgment. You can follow the person that's ready, but think about it. Can you really live with this person? What if the person loses money tomorrow? You know, money should not be the only reason. You should not marry for money and then enter the marriage and look for love. If you want to marry for money, don't find love in it. You understand?
Okay.
Except they meet at a point. But if I like the man, there's peace in my heart because he pays all my bills. When you enter inside, don't
Continue
look for
like
love. Continue like that.
Don't those.
Okay. At that point,
All right.
you cannot come and cry on
You
social
cannot come
media.
and cry,
That
like-
just love I hear or something like that.
You know the reason why
But I
you
just
married.
feel like, what's the point of now rushing only to go and have accidents?
As in,
What's the point of rushing only to now start having headaches? Like, what's the point?
take your time.
I think peace of mind, your peace of mind. If you have peace of mind,
You have a lot.
it's important.
But also to balance it out, we are not saying that lack of money is okay. We're not saying
No,
that
of course.
financial instability is okay. We want to be in a place whereby you are at least you can feed, you are
Comfortable.
comfortable. Yeah, so there should just be a balance. I just believe to be so.
This is Corner Chat with Babalogy, and it's been frankly speaking from our lady guests and our sister guests on the show this very evening. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you will be notified whenever we post other amazing videos. We want to come back to our guests. Now, my next question is, what and what can a lady see in a young man that turns her down and says, no, this is a no. I think if our brothers out there, our young men, if they're able to know, of course, they should be able, if any of those characteristics applies to them, they should be able to work on themselves and make themselves better before trying to go seek for a sister's or a lady's hand in marriage. So what are those? Okay, let's start with Miss Vicky's reaction.
Oh, really? I was still,
Okay.
I was still trying to process the
Okay,
things.
okay.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
let's start. Okay, let Miss
let me figure
Musumuluwa.
out from
Let's
you.
hear from you.
I think at this stage we're talking about some red flags. Right?
Yes, yes.
One of the things is that if you see someone that is not ready to listen, someone that is not ready to listen to anybody at all, to take corrections, or somebody that is not ready to listen to anybody telling them the truth. You may like to run or fly, enter aeroplane, anyone that you want to do. But and also somebody that does not fear God, somebody that does not have sense. Is a red flag.
Okay, I'm back to the sense.
Is a red flag. Somebody that does not want to. There are some people that can't stand the truth. They can tell everybody their faults, but the day you tell them their faults, they will never associate with you again. They will never call you. They will never talk to you. And then somebody that is not compassionate. I've seen situations whereby a guy asks a lady out,
Okay.
and then the lady says no. The first time the person may say no, not because maybe they want to feel themselves or have this girly satisfaction that I turned him down and everything.
that's my next
Maybe
question.
they just maybe they are just seeing something in you that they want you to fix, and you now take the rejection to the other side, and then you start insulting them. You start getting offended
That's
before they
immature.
rejected you. It doesn't make sense because
That's
it now
physical
brings us
maturity we
it now
talk
brings
about.
us to the point that did you even love the person in the first
Yeah.
place? Because if you love, it's just like me seeing a child and I'm giving the child something and the child says no, and I start getting angry at the child and everything. So if somebody is turning you down, it may be because they are seeing a red flag in you that you should work on. But somebody that is not compassionate, somebody that is not empathetic, somebody that is making some comments that somebody that loves you but does not love others, somebody that loves others but does not love you is a red flag. If you are supposed to pay attention,
How do you mean love you, don't love others? If he loves you, he should love you and not love others. You want him to love you and love others.
You should be a loving person, like just
you
on a
should
normal.
be a nice person
Yeah.
to everybody.
Okay.
If I
Okay.
go
Okay.
on a dinner date with a guy
Okay.
and the guy is rude to the cleaner, is rude to
Oh,
the
I
waiter,
get
is
it.
rude to the gate
I
man,
get
is
that.
rude to anybody, is rude to his parents, is rude to his boss, but he's nice to me, he's an angel to me. It doesn't sit right. It just doesn't sit.
You're
Now,
right.
what of somebody that is nice to every other person, but you see finish, don't spoil him. He doesn't care. He thinks you can handle his being brute and being harsh and everything. And then I think another way you should find red flags, you should pay attention to the kind of conversations the person is having, the kind of things the person is saying, the kind of comments the person is passing on issues that are abounding. Maybe you see Twitter takes, all this stuff on social media. Pay attention to the captions the person is posting in his post, the things the person is saying. Pay attention.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Let's hear from
Okay, I would say
Miss
do
Victory.
not marry an angry man.
Do not marry an angry man.
That is a very big red,
Red
flag. Is a very red flag.
Mm.
Like if he's angry, I will slap you. We'll turn to a slap tomorrow. I want to. If you do anyhow, we'll beat you. He will beat you tomorrow.
One day.
You know, he wants to raise any man that wants to raise his hand at you today will beat you
Wait,
tomorrow.
I'll
You know,
actually
like,
raise that hand
he will
tomorrow.
the hand will land on your face.
At one point.
I know.
Okay.
It's very important. Don't marry an angry man. Don't marry somebody who doesn't have, like she said, he needs to answer to somebody. It needs to be somebody that you can quote and unquote report him to. You know, somebody that you tell him that this man has messed up and the person has your back. Sort of. You know, someone that truly loves God. A nice person. She said caring. That's very important. If he's not caring, in my opinion, is a red flag. But some brothers though, they don't know how to express it. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Some brothers, they are timid. they are caring, they're actually caring, but they don't know how to express.
Or maybe some of them don't
that
know
caring
their boundaries.
attitude.
They don't know.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
if I
careful.
tell her I love her,
Yeah.
is it a sin?
They
Will
are
they
careful.
talk? All
Yeah.
those kind of things.
That's why communication is very important. You need to
Yes.
state your expectations. You know, you need to teach some things. Oh, I like this. I like that you call me every time. I like that you send me messages. I like that you buy me flowers. Or me, don't buy me flowers. I'm not a goat. So you need
Buy me food.
buy me food.
Okay.
Communicate your
Barrister
expectations.
Mrs. Surajo. What are some of the things a lady would see from a young man and she will say, no, this is a no-go here. I will turn them
I
down.
should borrow since a word.
Okay.
Person must have sense.
Sense.
Sense on his own.
The
Person
best-
must be responsible.
Yeah.
Person must not be a baby's a mommy's
mama's
boy.
Mm.
You want to take a decision. Let me call my mother. Let me ask my sister.
Oh,
So
Lord.
such a person that cannot stand on his own.
Yeah.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
That should mean that after the marriage, is the mother
That will be
mother's
running
string
the
that will be
household.
running the
Yo.
So the person must be responsible and the person must have fear. We should not the red flags now. Someone who does not have fear of God and who is not accountable.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
should have a
being
mentor.
accountable.
Yes. You know, there are sometimes I'll be like because of my profession, I meet people and they will say, my husband does not fear anybody, does not. I say, is there nobody you can report him to? Nobody, even his father, even his. I was like, what of the pastor? What of? They say, nobody does not fear anybody. So such a person is dangerous. But if the person has a mentor or has somebody he's accountable to, you can actually run to that person and make him to have sense and bring his senses back. So those are the
Okay. Now. Whoever may have listened to what we just said, if any of those traits is in him as a young man yet to get married, I think it's time you start fixing up yourself. So you just heard some of the things that could make a lady turn you down. So you as of course, the same way we have what can turn a lady down, the same way we have what can turn the young man down. So it is both ways. The lady should work on herself, while the young man should work on himself. My next question. Okay,
Sorry, can
go
I
ahead,
add
please.
something?
Yes, please.
The physical also matters.
Physical.
Yes, how the
Okay.
brother looks, how the brother carries himself. How, like she said, she likes a sense of humor.
Yes.
So if the brother can handle a conversation, all of these things, the lady, you are taking her fancy. If you look nice, who does not want to be standing next to a man that is well
looking
dressed?
nice.
You understand?
The same way the man wants to long stand.
You want
beside the
stand
lady
yeah,
and-
men are moved by what they look, what they see. They say that every time. But for we ladies too, we like men that
That
just
look
look nice, that smell nice, that talk.
You just heard that. Go and get a good perfume. Okay. All right. My next question is this quickly. A young man comes to me and wants my hand in marriage, but I don't like him. How do I turn him down politely without getting him agreed or anger or making him feel belittled
Yeah.
in that respect? How do I do it politely?
Be nice, be nice. It takes a lot of courage to walk up to a lady and say, I love you, I want to marry. It takes a lot of courage. So just appreciate the courage for one, and turn him down nicely. If you need to think about it, say you are thinking about it. If you don't need to think about it, at the spot, you're not going to think anything. You're not going to pray any prayer. Don't lie. Like, don't keep his expectations high. I'm going to think 3 months you are thinking, 6 months you are thinking. To not come and say no. Like, just let him go nicely. Talk about it. It does not have to end with fights, quarrel. The fact that you want to marry somebody, the person doesn't want to marry you, we don't have to fight about it. We can still be cordial, and still move on with our lives. So just be nice.
Miss Musmola.
I think I'm going to put it to the brothers that or the guys that
Okay. The young man.
yes, if you want to ask a lady out, there are 2 questions in this world. Yes and no.
Wow.
Put them 50-50 in your chest.
Okay.
If you ask somebody with this kind of high expectation that the person will say yes, or this high conviction that the person will say yes, and the person says no, before you can arrange yourself or get your balance back, you may have responded in such a way that will be offensive and may give you a bad name. So if you're asking somebody for a question that deserves a yes or no answer, 50% yes, 50% no. Prepare your heart so that anyone that meets you, you'll be able to take it in good faith. If you can handle rejection well, it speaks well of you. It's a good thing. But if a lady wants to reject a guy's proposal, it's not much now. No, no is a complete statement, a complete reply, a complete response. Just like the way you say yes and everybody takes it with you. I think you can say no. But you don't have to be rude.
Okay.
You don't have to. There's no need to insult.
Life is not hard like that.
Why are you
Just
shouting?
say no and move on. Gist with the person.
You just say no. And please, there are some things that we know. Please, unless the person has offended you before, don't type no in capital letter. I beg, don't type no in capital letter. It's, I don't know, for me, capital letter feels like as if you are screaming. No, you are never wanted on this earth. Go back to where you came from and everything. I just think a simple no is enough. And I wish that brothers would take this to heart, that if someone tells you no, the answer is as good as yes. Yes, it might hurt you, but when somebody says no, especially when they use small letter no, it doesn't mean that they are being rude. Somebody does not have to compile a paragraph because they want to tell you no. And you should give them a place where they must not compulsorily give you a reason why they say no. It's not compulsory. I don't know if you can ask that, is there a reason, maybe to work on yourself for a better purpose and everything. I don't know, but if you get a polite no, I think you should be able to respect that. Or a simple, you can even say sorry, I'm sorry, I'm not interested.
Right,
put it on God. Say I prayed.
God
God did not say your name.
Come again.
We can put it on God. I say I prayed.
Alright, by the time Mrs. Suraju, how can a sister turn down a young man's proposal politely without getting him unnecessarily aggrieved, so to say?
Like you said, no is no, but we shouldn't be, we shouldn't say with all our mouths.
No, like, okay, will you marry me?
Politely.
No.
No, ahead. First of all, you tell, of course, you would be polite, and you shouldn't be rude. Say no. I've had a situation like that. Funnily, we were in the same secondary school together, and I never knew he liked me. You know, I saw him as classmates. When we went to university together, and then this brother had an eye on me, but he didn't say anything. He always come to my house, we eat, we play, we just, but he didn't say anything. But when he now heard I was about getting married, he came to meet me. But you didn't get this. I said, you didn't say anything now. I didn't know. So he was like, okay, now, what are you now saying now? But I told him, see, I've gone too far, I cannot come back. And
made up my mind.
I like you as a brother, not as somebody I want to live together with in future, forever. So he took it in good faith, although he was not happy, but he took it in good faith. We are still friends, we communicate. We are still good friends today, but I told him, we are friends, but not, we can't get married.
Wow.
Just be polite. Just be polite. Unless person has offended you or something. But you can be nice enough. Yes, you can. There are some people that can be very annoying. That
This is Corner Chat
know how you shout.
with Babalogy. If you are new to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we post other amazing videos. Before we release the guests on the show, I have one more questions for them before I will let them give us their remarks, their closing remarks, or their thoughts, final thoughts before they go. What are pitfalls to avoid? Pitfalls to avoid in saying yes to a young man that wants your hand in marriage as a young lady. What are some of the pitfalls to avoid?
I would say if you know you are, like the same way I said, if you know you want to say no, don't keep his expectations going on and on and on. Okay. The same way if you want to say yes, if you know you are going to say yes, why are you saying yes after a year? Like why are you frustrating this young man?
And apart from that, why are you even giving yourself emotional
Why are you giving
stress?
yourself?
Just enter the relationship
And get it on with.
Why do we
say
complicate
yes?
life?
Don't. He's asking you out today. Oh, I want to marry you. You say you're forming hard to get. In this 2022, you're forming hard to get.
You could do that for 2 weeks. You could do that for 2 weeks.
And then just
but not
say-
a month. No,
Just
not a
say
yes.
yes.
Sorry.
If you know you are going to say yes, just say yes, you know. And then the process to getting married is as important as the marriage itself.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
so your relationship is a reflection of the marriage you have eventually. So as you are, the way you are dealing with the man or with the woman, the way you are communicating, the way you're shouting, the way you are dealing with issues, it's going to mirror the type of marriage you have tomorrow. You know, sometimes the man might come and he really loves you really love him, but the way you handle some situations now will not put him off, and then he will not start having some reservations, you know. So the process is as important as the marriage itself.
Okay, Miss Mosu, I want to hear from you. What are pitfalls to avoid in saying yes to a brother?
You say yes to a brother. Don't hide your feelings. Don't hide your feelings. If you are not happy with something, there's a way you can, respectfully table it. Don't be angry. You now start carrying a moody
You not be resentful.
behavior. Yes, they will ask you what's happening. Nothing. I'm fine, but you are frowning. Can I? What is it? You are making me to be angry. No, learn to communicate. It's very important to learn to communicate. And I think one of the pitfalls to avoid is lack of vulnerability. This thing about marriage, you'll be vulnerable. You'll be vulnerable. In fact, do you still even tell your husband one day that I did my birthday and you do not post me on your WhatsApp status?
Yes,
It's not
communicate
good.
it.
It's not good. But because you think that it sounds so petty, how will I say it? I will look somehow. I will look like I'm immature. I will look like I'm baby. You better look immature. You better look like a baby, because you have to be vulnerable with that person. You are going to be with this person for the rest of your life.
Let me paraphrase that question. Let me ask the question again. The question is, what are pitfalls to avoid when deciding whom to marry?
I think that
That's
falls
what I
back
mean.
to the red
That's what I
flag.
mean.
Deciding.
Yes, I
When
think
deciding pitfalls to avoid.
Let me just
And
mention.
deciding whom to
Okay.
marry. Okay.
I think one of the pitfalls we should avoid is carnality.
oh,
You know what the person owns at that time.
Mm.
You know, many of us be like, this brother is already made. We want to go and enjoy. We want to go and let me go to my paradise.
You
Don't want to suffer.
Mm.
So we should avoid that.
Carnality.
Like we say, no condition is permanent. When I married my husband, I used to even tell him, let me not see all those.
No, of course.
But things are better now.
Yeah.
I didn't look at what he had at that time.
That time.
Because there were so many things. That I said, when God was leading me to him, there were some things, physical things I didn't like about him. There's some things too that happened I didn't want to be associated with. But I'm happily married today. So I didn't look at what he owned then, because God knows the future.
Yeah.
Then secondly too, we should avoid parental influence. My dad wanted to use that on me too. This person's family, this person is our tribe, these are our states, so we should avoid it. We should not allow our parents choose for us. We are the ones going to that home. We should be the ones to be responsible. We should not allow peers or parents to influence us to say yes to somebody. So those are things I think we should.
We should. Okay. We should avoid carnality.
Carnality.
At all cost, and avoid marrying for money. I think you said that, right?
Yeah, then parental.
Yeah, avoid parental influence and peer influence. Miss Musmola, you were. Can you? What?
no, I even agree. I agree very well. But we are not giving the notion that whoever God wants you to marry must be poor and you must suffer with the person. The person could be made anyhow it comes. Yes, just be open to anyhow it comes. So you don't put yourself in a kind of fix. We are not causing confusion here, and we are not. Neither are we causing a kind of one-line thinking.
Yeah.
We are just saying that it doesn't have to be perfect from the beginning.
You know,
Yeah.
before we used to think
It
that
doesn't mean it
the
cannot be
will of
perfect from
God-
the beginning.
Yeah, we used to think that
It
the
doesn't
will
mean
of
it cannot
God
be
is
perfect from the
struggling.
beginning.
Yes, it can be
It can be
perfect.
from the beginning.
Can be
It could
perfect.
not.
It just be God's divine guidance
Yes,
in,
yes.
in everything. And I always tell people, always have a home where you can run back to God and say, God, you led me into this. Come and give me
Yes, help
solution.
us.
Come and teach
God, I
me
beg.
a way forward. Not when you run back to God and God say, You
Yeah,
lead me or I lead you? Did you lead me or I led you? Who led you?
I think another. Please, can you repeat the question?
pitfalls to
Pitfalls to
avoid,
avoid.
and deciding who to get married to.
Oh, okay, sorry. My brain was registering in the where you want to do your wedding. Don't be ridiculous. Don't go and spend money anyhow, so that you not suffer.
All right, this is Corner Chat. Frankly speaking, on Corner Chat with Babalogy, I want us to hear our final remark. What would you want to tell our audience that are listening to us over there from the online? Okay, let's start with Pastor Mrs. Suraj. What's your final remark as we bring the program, the show to a close this evening?
Marriage is a good thing if you marry the right person.
Marriage is a good thing if you marry the right person. From the barrister, quote of the day.
And of course, too, there are factors we would look at before we go into marriage. The person's background and the person's temperament. We should not overlook those things
Wow.
because it would affect or influence the way you relate in the marriage.
Person's background and the person's temperament.
Temperament, yes. Should be able to handle the person. So if you know this person has this temperament, you would have known their weaknesses and their strengths, and you see how to emphasize the strength and help the his weaknesses.
Weaknesses and vice versa.
Yes. So there's no perfect man anywhere. Even if you marry an angel, you see faults.
Definitely.
So
If you fly, you know,
just
fly away.
You know,
exactly. So you learn to balance it too. That are from different backgrounds and who have different temperaments. It will help the marriage to work.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Balance the background, balance the temperament, and perfect woman anywhere. There's only the person said, the first that she said.
is it one about to?
Marriage is a good thing
Okay, yeah.
when you marry the
Right
right
person.
Miss Victory. What was your closing remark
Okay.
to our listeners out there?
Closing remark, seek the face of God.
Seek the face of God.
When you are thinking about marriage, have an open mind. Do not judge a person by where they are today, because marriage is for a long
Do
time.
not judge the brother
That,
from his current position.
He might be struggling today, but tomorrow he might
be.
become something.
And of course, he might have the money today.
And he
also.
might have the money today.
He will continue
and
to
he'll
have.
continue to
I
have
continue
the
to have
money.
the
Because nobody is going from grace to
better
grace.
for
Yes.
for better, for best.
Also, it's okay to have standards. It's
Yes.
okay to want a certain type of something in a
Yes.
person.
Yes.
But ensure that you are your type.
Mm.
Ensure that you are the person. that can
Ensure
handle
you are your types.
type.
Very
Very
important.
important. As you are looking for a nice man, be a nice
We
person.
should be. All right, Miss Mosumola. The way you're looking at me, Miss Mosumola. let's
goals.
let's hear. Let's hear
I
from
didn't
you.
even have a whole script.
Your final-
I've been
your-
thinking of what to say.
Your final
Yeah.
thoughts.
God will help you.
Amen.
God will help me. God will help all of us.
Amen.
Open your eyes and please. I know we've been talking in line of the Christian thinking and the Christian, perspective. And I'm going to say it. Please don't be deceived by someone you see in church. It doesn't mean that because you see the person in church, they are good husband material. Church attendance,
And also does
church
not mean
presence.
they are bad.
Attendance,
material.
yeah, balance it. Yeah.
Balance.
Yes. It doesn't also mean that they are bad husband material.
materials.
Don't be biased that way. Just allowing God to guide and lead you. It will help you. I think it will even make your life easier. Yeah.
Well, it is frankly speaking on Corner Chat with Babalogy. It's been an amazing time on the show this very evening, discussing who do I marry from the sisters' perspective. And they've actually done justice to the topic of the show today. I want to tell us something. Don't let anyone or anybody pressure you in doing that thing which is not right. As a brother out there, you're looking for a sister to marry, a lot has been said on the show this very evening. Do not walk by sight. Never walk by sight. You want an amazing sister, you must be amazing yourself. You want a sister with a good character, you must also be a brother with a good character. Don't be deceived by the brother in the church, and also don't be deceived by the sister in the church. Also, don't be deceived by the brother out there or the sister out there. Always be in line with God's guidance, and let it fall in line of what you believe in. Balanced background, balance the temperament. Yes. There's no perfect man, there's no perfect woman out there. If you want a perfect man, you must be perfect. If you want a perfect woman, you as a brother, you must be perfect yourself, which is practically impossible. It's been Corner Chat with Babalogy, and I want to tell you, always remember, God loves you. See you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed myself.